You need to walk into the audition knowing that you're going to be nervous. Giving an audition feels like,
judge me, please, judge me. Have you judged me yet? Don't forget to judge me.
heck yeah, you're going to be nervous. What's up, homegrown filmmakers? I am Annie Pulling Sweat, and I am a homegrown filmmaker, which is a self-taught, home-educated filmmaker. We're all learning together, so welcome to my channel. This week we are talking about auditions, and this is actually a follow-up to my last video, which was about auditions from the director's side of things. This week we're talking about auditions from the actor's side of things. So this is for all of you aspiring actors out there who have never been to an audition. I'm going to take you step by step through the process so you can know what to expect and what's expected from you. Preparation for the audition. This is a really important stage of the audition process that most newbies forget or just leave out. They don't think it's important, but it is majorly important. Once you've made initial contact with the filmmaker and you got an audition scheduled, there's a few pieces of information that you will need. What they want you to perform at the audition. So this might be one of two things. You might be asked to perform a monologue, and that's something that you do need to find on your own. There's a lot of free monologues online, monologues from other movies, or monologues that people have just written and put up online. Some people use Shakespearean monologues. The point of performing a monologue is mostly just to show that you can act, that you can actually emote in front of a camera. So when picking your monologue, you want to pick something that fits your age and your gender, but also pick something that does have some emotion and actually gives you some material to work with in actually giving a performance. As I am not an actor, I haven't dug very deeply into monologues, but I know that there are some copyright laws surrounding monologues and using content from other movies. So before you actually pick out your monologue, what you want to perform, maybe do a little bit of research into the monologues that you want to do. Make sure that you are not infringing on anybody else's copyright. So either you are going to be asked to perform a monologue or you are going to be sent a side. And a side is just a short excerpt from the script for the movie that you're auditioning for. So it's usually 1 to 2 pages long, and it features the character that you are auditioning for. Also, if you're sent a side, you're usually sent a character description, which is just a couple sentences about who this character is. Since you're only receiving 1 or 2 pages of the script, you're gonna need a little bit more context about the character and their life. If you're dealing with someone who knows what they're doing, you won't have to ask about what you're supposed to perform at the audition. They'll just send it to you. And if they don't send it to you relatively quickly, go ahead and ask for it because you need to be prepared for that audition. So once you have the material, it's time to get to memorizing. And yes, you need to have the whole thing memorized for the audition. Do not make the mistake of thinking that the audition is not a big deal. This is your only chance to make any sort of impression, and this is what you don't want that impression to be.
Please just loan me the money. I only need $30.
Not gonna happen. You still owe me $8 from the movie ticket last week, and $13 for the pizza 2 months ago.
Yeah, but this time's different. It's not for me, see? Think of Mom. Doesn't she deserve a really nice gift?
Could you quit the theatrics? Mom will love whatever you get her.
Geez, way to sympathize with me.
Take that side or that monologue and do a breakdown just like you would if you were preparing to be on set. I made a previous video titled 7 Tips for Beginning Actors where I talk about that a little bit more, so if you'd like more information on that, go check it out. The point of being prepared is to make sure that you feel comfortable and confident about what you want to do at the audition. And let me tell you, that confidence is going to make all the difference. The audition. Now, walking into the audition, you need to realize that this is essentially a job interview. It's not just about how you perform in front of the camera. It's also about how you present yourself and how you treat the other people in the room. You need to make a good impression, and that starts the second you walk through the door. Make eye contact, smile, say hello.
Hi.
Hi there. All right, just take a seat right there.
Okay.
Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, auditions are nerve-wracking, but you can't let that affect your basic manners because no one wants to work with someone who acts like this.
Hi there.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Fine.
If you just want to take a seat right there for me.
Okay.
And if you would just look at the camera over here.
I know that you're nervous and it's uncomfortable, but you really have to walk with confidence and speak up if you want to make any sort of impression. But don't go overboard with this either, because on the opposite end of the spectrum, you have the overly confident, overly familiar person.
Hi, I'm so
hello.
glad to be here. It's so nice to meet you. It's so
Hi.
nice to meet
Good to
you.
meet you.
It's great to meet you. You're the director?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm such a fan of your
Oh.
work. I love the script. It's going to be amazing. Oh my gosh,
Thank
I
you.
am so late. My dog got out into my yard again. Oh my gosh, he just seems to get out exactly every single time that I have to go somewhere important and be there on time, but I got here on time and whew, it's okay. We're good.
All right, just look at the camera, please.
This is not the time to try and make friends. In fact, it's a good idea to just not initiate conversation with the director unless they're asking you questions first. Most of the time, they have a lot of people to audition and you end up taking up their valuable time with useless conversation. They will remember you as the person who wouldn't stop talking. You want to be polite and friendly, but professional. Remember, make eye contact, smile, say hello, that's about it. Okay, so now once you get in front of the camera, they're going to ask you to say your name. And if you're 18 or younger, they're probably going to ask you to say your age as well.
If you just want to look at the camera over here and state your name and age for me, please.
Right. I'm Annie Sweat and I'm 22.
Followed by,
And whenever you're ready.
if you are delivering a monologue, then you can just start whenever you're ready. If you're performing a side, then there's usually a reader who is reading the other characters in the scene. If you have the first line, you can just begin when ready. If another character has the first line, you want to take a breath, ready yourself, and then give them a nod so they know when to start. My biggest piece of advice to you about performing at the audition is to take your time. When you're nervous, your body goes into panic mode and you're just like, get it over with, get it over with, get it over with, which causes you to just rush through the whole thing. Breathe, calm down, take your time, perform it exactly like you practiced it. You do want to bring a physical copy of the side with you. That way, if your mind goes completely blank and you can't remember a single line, you just glance down at your side, regain where you are, and keep going with the audition. Don't go back to the beginning. Go from where you were and just continue on with it. The audition is not just about how the words sound coming out of your mouth. So you don't want to stare down at your side or just read the lines off the side. You actually want to perform. You want to perform to the reader exactly like you would to the other character in that scene. It's about reacting to the other character. It's about your body language. It's about the whole scene, not just how the words sound coming out of your mouth. Now, a lot of directors will only give you that one read through and that's it. That's the whole audition. You come in, you read through it, you go out. But other directors will ask you to do it again and they might give you an adjustment, and there are several reasons for this. You might have gotten really close to what they were looking for and they just want to see you do it slightly different to see if you can absolutely nail the performance that they're looking for. Or they might want to see if you can just take an adjustment at all. Whatever their reasons for doing it, what you want to do is listen very carefully and try to implement the instructions that you're getting. If you're confused about it, go ahead and ask a couple questions to try and get it clarified, but just try and do your best to implement what they're saying.
Okay, so that was really great. But this time, can you give me just like a little bit more oomph to it?
Could you be more specific, like a specific line or like emotion?
Yeah, give me some more emotion. That would be good.
Okay.
When the director is satisfied with your audition, they'll say,
Okay, so that was really great. Thanks so much for coming in. We will give you a call in just a couple of weeks, okay?
this is your cue to leave.
All right, thank you. It was great to meet you.
You too. Have a good rest of your day.
What to do after the auditions. Take a deep breath. You survived. You made it through the audition. Now the ball is completely in the director's court. You don't actually have anything to do except for wait to see if you get cast or if you get called back. But I do want to talk a little bit about what a healthy mindset looks like after the audition. Now, real talk here, I don't think you should expect anything to come out of your first few auditions. You're very uncomfortable with the process, you're nervous, and it shows on camera. It really affects your performance. But the more auditions you do, the more comfortable you get with the process, and you can really start to perform. So do not freak out, do not take it to heart if you're not cast. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're a terrible actor and you'll never get better at acting, or even that you gave a bad audition. Directors are often looking for something very specific, and you just might not fit what they're envisioning for the role. That being said, there's always room for improvement, and looking back on a failed audition as a learning experience is the healthy mindset to have about it, not as a reason to beat yourself up. What worked? What didn't work? What can you do better next time? Be specific and make a plan to work on those things. That's the best way to translate it to the future and not be obsessed at looking at the past. Next time, you'll rock that audition. And that is what I have for you guys this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more videos from me, the homegrown filmmaker, please hit subscribe, like, comment. I would love to hear your thoughts and your experiences with auditions, because everyone experiences different things and it helps the whole community to share what's been going on, what you've experienced. Yes. I'm Annie Pulling and I'm a homegrown filmmaker. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.